Welcome to the Real Film Nerds Podcast.
Welcome, pups and puppets, to Real Film Nerds Podcast, episode number 337. The one, the only Mysterious Mike Talent with me, as always. Mike, since you did this, I am going to ask you, Mike, who let the dogs out?
Dude, I did. I let the dogs out. This movie was awesome. Strays. This is the movie we're reviewing, and I let the dogs out.
Okay, well, since you're the only one with the dog still, and just one, but Mike, you already went there. Strays. It is literally the exact opposite of last week's movie, which was a horror vampire flick. Strays is only filled with verbal horrors and maybe some visual horrors, but not in the scary way, of more of the appalling way. Would you concur?
I do concur with your assessment of the movie.
Okay, well, Mike, why not just get into it? Because clearly I don't know if I can talk about this much without spoiling it, especially when it comes to giant lipsticks. But Mike, why don't you break down Strays?
All right. So Strays was directed by Josh Greenbaum. It was written by Dan Perot. It's starring Will Ferrell, Jamie Foxx, Isla Fisher, Randall Park, Will Forte. And it is about an abandoned dog teams up with other strays to get revenge on his former owner by doing something extremely malicious and very funny at the same time.
Now, that is not from ChatGPT, Mike. Have you given up on ChatGPT?
No, it still does most of my job for me, but right now no one knows that, so it's fine.
I noticed you added in malicious to the IMDb description.
Yeah, well, it's just a malicious thing, man. When we get to the spoiler section, we will talk about it, I'm sure, ad nauseum, because we love to talk about genitals and things. So,
what's this we, my friend? I know one man that is obsessed with flaccid penises, and that is not me. That is you, Mr. Mysterious Mike Talent.
Well, that's true. So we will get more into that during the spoilers section, Matt. But I guess what are your first impressions of Strays? Did you have a good time? Did you laugh?
Yes, it was hilarious. It was fun. Will Ferrell was a perfect casting for Reggie because he has that innocent kind of sweet, like naive voice that just went well with Reggie. I just, whenever I see animal movies like this, I just sit there in awe on how the hell they get the dogs to do this kind of stuff. Like, seriously, if someone told me that this movie took 27 years to film, I'd believe it. Trying to get the animals to do what they want.
Yeah. I mean, I realize they added in, the CG for the voices, but how do you get the animals to go do all these things that the animals did? And I have no idea, dude. Really well trained, really great animals. Maybe there's a couple animals that are they look the same, so there's several of them. I don't know, but dude, they did a great job.
Well, that's probably true. They probably have 2 or 3, much like when it comes to using kids in film where they have twins. So there's probably maybe something like that to a degree. I don't know, but it's very wild, the things that the animals do in this whole film. And yeah, of course the mouths are CGI. But did you see the memes? You don't do social media because you just work and you sleep. But in the social media world, there was floating around a meme. It had a picture of the mouth of Reggie next to a picture of the mouth of Henry Cavill in a Justice League.
Okay, so
the controversy behind Justice League, right? He wouldn't shave his mustache for Mission Impossible, so they CGI'd it in.
Oh, yeah.
And so they put, why is it that it was something on the lines of human CGI crap, dog CGI great, or something like that. It was pretty funny.
Nice. Very nice. Very nice. Yeah. I had a great time with this movie. It was lighthearted for the most part, but it was very vulgar, but in funny ways. I don't know, man. It was I think it was done pretty nicely. Like I didn't know if I was gonna like this movie or not, but it kind of looked like it was funny. And also they didn't show all the funny parts in the trailer, which is great.
Yeah, that's kind of the saving grace. We talked about that last podcast. That was one of our fears, and yeah, I liked it. I think it was a lot of fun. It's over the top. I can give you my buddy's rating who went with me, and we go every Thursday. He gave it a perfect score. It's the first time he's ever given a perfect score. He thought this was one of the greatest movies he's ever seen in his life. He gave it a 5 out of 5. But I can say with confidence, I do not give it a 5 out of 5, but you have to wait and see till the end. But he just loved it. He loved the raunchiness of it. He loved the funniness of it. He loved the story. He loved everything, the whole thing. And he's a big dog lover too.
Yeah. If you've owned any kind of dog, it obviously has certain things that are kind of funny throughout the movie. That I was just kind of laughing about. The humans picking up the poop, what they're doing with it.
Oh, it was fantastic. That was very, very good. But my question, before we start diving more and more and you start asking your questions, do you think if you have never owned a dog or you are not a dog lover that you would get as much out of this film?
I think you would miss some of the little intricacies, but overall, I think it's still really good, and I think you can just go along with it. But I feel like if you did own a dog, some of the things would just be a little bit funnier. So I don't think you need to own a dog or even be a dog lover.
Well, I don't own a dog anymore, but I do like dogs. I wish I had a dog, but I'm waiting. I'll get there eventually. But the time is just not right yet. But I don't know. I think it just adds to it that, I've had dogs throughout most of my life. And the things they do, it's just hilarious. The commentary, I guess you would say, that they bring to life with things was just fantastic, especially how they start teaming up later on in the film. I mean, they team up, in the beginning, but when they really start teaming up with everyone else and they start building that buddiness and that, I mean, we'll just say what it is. It's a road trip. It's a buddy road trip film, walking wise. And when they really start like clicking is when it really starts getting funny.
Yeah, no, it's very funny. Yeah. We'll get to it in spoilers, some things. But I guess before we can get to spoilers, Matt, I need to ask you, what are you drinking this fine morning, evening, or afternoon?
Mike, I'm just drinking the first beer I grabbed, which was a Michelob Ultra. It's delightful, and I have several.
Okay. Well, it is a little bit on repeat on me. I'm drinking a Sweetwater, but it's a hazy 710. So it is a little different than the other one.
Well, at least you're sticking to the brand, right?
Yeah. I'm sticking to the brand. Yep.
Okay, Mike. So I don't see the book in your hands. Maybe you have it memorized. We will see. Maybe it's already written down on the computer. What is this week's just amazing dad joke?
I got dad jokes. I don't think they understand, though. Gotta think I'm funny. Other people never laugh, though. Dad jokes.
All right, dude. You'll probably be able to guess this one, Matt. What's the difference between a weird rabbit and an athletic rabbit?
One's dead and one's not.
One is a bit funny and the other is a fit bunny.
How would I ever guess that? I don't get... No.
Dude, I thought you would have guessed it, dude.
No. A fit bunny? No.
Dude, it relates to the movie a little bit with the scene.
Dude. Okay, we're not in spoilers yet, Mike. We're not in spoilers yet. That was a hilarious scene. So, okay, let me go ahead and ask the third and final question of said podcast so you can clearly talk about massive spoilers. Mike, how does Strays relate to the Marvel Cinematic Universe?
All right, Matt. Well, thanks for asking. Randall Park is also in WandaVision as Jimmy Woo, and he is in Ant-Man and the Quantumania. Ant-Man and Wasp and the Quantumania. He's Jimmy Woo, and then also in Ant-Man and Wasp. So
he's one of the FBI agents.
Yeah.
He's the main FBI agent that talks.
Right. So, this one wasn't too difficult. So, that was fun. Good times.
So, okay, Mike, since you're so itching to spoil Strays, please go right on ahead.
All right, Matt. Some of the things that I thought were really funny is the picking up the dog poop, and the dogs had a theory that it was the humans would take that and use it to make chocolate because they'll never give them chocolate.
That was quite interesting, but I thought it was quite funny. But it's seriously, I mean, if you think about it, we walk around following our dogs picking up their poop. It's like, really? Why? But now you know.
Yeah,
it's to make chocolate.
Yep. And then I really found it funny when the dogs were kind of having a moment and they're teaming up or whatever, and they all peed on each other.
Dude, that was just weird. Like the group golden shower, like every person peed on each other. Yeah, that was a little, I don't know, that was a little strange, but I guess they were trying to say that they all own each other.
Yeah. It was funny, dude. I thought it was funny, like the training scene of how to be a stray, where I pee on this and now I own it.
Yeah, no, that's fine. That's now mine. Yeah, that was good. That was funny. If we're gonna talk about funny sections, I liked the police dogs. I think all those scenes were hilarious, just because clearly it was Rob Riggle doing one of them, and I think Rob Riggle's absolutely hilarious. But then they're all buddy with was it Hank? And Hank was training to be a police dog, and they're all like, "You're the most badass motherfucker," and all this, and he has a cone on his head, which was kind of depressing. Like the cone, I'll be honest, was kind of depressing, especially when he explains why he keeps it on.
All right, yeah, it was, but he grew throughout the movie. He got a little bit bolder, and I mean, he grew in more than one way, but he grew. Yeah,
he had a big fat hound dog lipstick, that's for sure, and we got to see way more of it than I wanted.
Dude, that scene was ridiculous because there's no way he's gonna get the key. No way. It was just so dumb, dude.
Yeah, they of course they zoomed out and show it, and it's 10 feet away.
Yeah.
And then how the girl dog is sitting there talking him up. He's like, "Oh no, that's working. Oh, I think it went another inch."
Dude, the poop scene there in the kennel was really funny. How everybody just pooped and sat in front of it.
Well, but that's one of the things that I just don't understand. It's not one or two dogs; it's like 12.5 dogs sitting there very patiently, right behind their poop. I have no clue how they did that. None whatsoever.
I don't know, dude. I have no idea, but it was made for a very funny scene. And then I don't know. The only thing that was a little too fantastical for me was the so everything else in the movie is completely real, but the thing that got me a little bit oh, no way, was the eagle thing, dude.
Yeah, dude, that was hilarious. That was just a gag. They were just trying to, because there's no way. I mean, if an eagle picked him up, he wouldn't have been able to carry both of them. Probably one of them. Because I mean, I haven't seen, but I have heard of many small dogs being disappeared by various creatures, especially around here, living in the mountains.
Yeah, but I think those are more coyote type things, or I don't know.
Coyotes, cougars. We do have bald eagles, but I don't know if I've ever seen a bald eagle actually pick up an animal and eat it. Well, not a dog, at least.
I don't know if they have the the capabilities to fly with anything that's that heavy, you know?
Well, I don't know. I mean, how big do you think Bug weighs? You know, he's a what, Boston Terrier?
He's probably like 15 to 18 pounds.
You think so? Huh?
Yeah. I feel like that's way too much for like an eagle.
Well, I think you should Google it now, Mike. You now have our listeners curious. So go ahead and pull out your iPhone. Boop, 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 boop. Google it.
Oh, good sounds,
You
dude.
like that? Yeah. And check out if a bald eagle can carry, how much weight a bald eagle can carry. Yeah, there you go. Because, I mean, they do grab fish, and they do have really, strong talons.
Yeah, that's true.
So, okay, I'm just trying to think, how can I fill space while Mike does his little beep, boop, boop, beep, boop on the internet?
Thanks, dude. Thanks. That helps, Matt.
Is that the sounds your iPhone makes? Boop, 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 beep, boop. You have like an iPhone 1 still?
Of course I have my original iPhone.
Yeah. Is it probably worth money now?
Yeah, I don't think. I mean, it is probably worth money, but I don't know. Let's see. Wikipedia.
Did you stand in line to get your very first iPhone? Oh, how many times have you stood in line to get an iPhone, Mike?
Actually, I don't think I ever stood in line. I just I woke up early and bought it on the line.
You didn't do any of the store stuff where you could get your face and name and the papers?
No, why would I want that? I don't care.
Because you are a narcissist and you want to be famous for buying something really expensive?
Oh. Well, I guess I missed the memo, dude.
I didn't know there was a memo because I didn't receive a memo.
Yeah, and I guess they don't even send memos anymore. Can you believe that? It's all just text messages.
I don't know, man. That's all news to me. Okay, did you find it yet? He's still Googling. I'm trying.
I'm trying, dude. It's not readily available. I'm going to have to chat GPT it.
Oh, you know what? That's another good one. Why is it that Google has like their search engine and phones and all this other stuff? Why isn't Apple started like its own search engine?
I have no idea.
They got music. Google has music. They don't have their own search engine. What would it be? iSearch? Oh shit, Mike! Quick, look up that domain. Let's go buy that shit.
Yeah, iSearch. Yeah. All right, Matt. So it looks like they can get rabbits and squirrels, dude. That's about as big as they can get.
See, so I'm pretty sure they could get a small dog.
I don't know, dude.
Dude, they could get a Chihuahua.
Maybe.
He's still looking up. That's why the delayed response. I'm sorry. Because Mike is just, he needs to get to the bottom of this.
Yeah, well, and I was looking up the Boston Terrier size. So it's 12 to 25 pounds, usually.
And I'd say, Bug was probably on the smaller side because he looks pretty small.
Yeah. So, anyway, yeah, I don't know, dude. It was a gag. For sure it was a gag. But I like the landmarks. I don't know, man. This movie, the only thing that was like real weird about the movie, or a little bit weird, is Will Forte's character is like terrible to Reggie, or as he called him, dumbass shitbag.
Yes.
But he didn't really seem like that mean of a character. Like, it seemed like he had a hard time trying to be that character. I don't know. Like, because he says a bunch of mean things, but he does it like, I don't know.
He's just a loser in my book. He doesn't have a job. He doesn't beat the dog, but I think if there was any like beating of the dog, you would have had an uproar over this movie probably.
Yeah, no, he doesn't beat him, but like what did he call the game? He said fetch, and then when he comes back, he's like fuck.
Fetch
like,
and fuck,
we play
yeah.
fetch fuck.
Yeah, fetch and fuck, yeah. That shit was funny.
It was, dude. It was. Yeah. I don't know, man. I had a great time. And, another thing that's awesome about this movie, Matt, the runtime. 93 minutes, I think.
Yeah, hour and 33 minutes. And in that time, so much happens. I mean, a dude gets his dick bit off.
That's right, Matt. A dude gets his dick bit off. After, dude, that was another funny thing, dude. He's like, oh, let's go get some food. And they like go to like some pizza place that has like a happy hour or something. And all the people are drunk and drop shit. Well, that was hilarious.
Yeah, that's what they called it. Scraps night or something. And it was whatever this pizza place was, everybody's just getting shit-faced and dropping like whole pizzas on the ground. And then they're licking the bags. It's in the trailer, one of the trailers, where they're licking the bags. And he's like, I like this water. It makes me feel funny.
Dude, it was... that was funny, man. That was really funny.
So, okay, I'm just trying to think. I have to say one of my favorite parts was when they were tripping on mushrooms. And they kept eating all the mushrooms, and they're like, oh, look, oh, and they're like digging, and they dug down into like a hole and found all these stuffed animals. And then they come down from their trip, and there's just dead bunnies everywhere. There's just blood and guts and rabbit parts everywhere. And that's when they see the cops, the cop dogs coming in, like, oh shit, quick, we gotta hide all hide the evidence. And they didn't even hide it very well. There's like legs and ears sticking out of the pile of dirt. They're trying to, that part was so fucking ridiculously funny.
Dude, it was pretty bad. I was like, oh, where's this going? And then when it flashed forward to like after they're tripping, you're like, oh.
I did not see the rabbit thing coming at all. Like, I thought they were just like, I don't know, fucking with something. You know, I did not think that it was rabbits, and that was brutal.
Dude, it was. I was like, ooh, if these weren't so cartoony, man, people would probably be up in arms.
Yeah, that was very metal. It was awesome.
Yeah. No, this was a fun movie, dude. I like the landmarks, like the big cone and the hamster wheel, and yeah.
Oh, no, dude, the best one was the devil in the sky.
Oh, what was the... the devil in the sky.
Yeah, the devil in the sky.
The postman.
Yeah, it was a billboard with a postman on it.
Oh, yeah. And then the scene when the postman's coming to say hi and the dogs flip out on him.
Yeah, that was towards the end, I think.
Yeah, he's like, I'm going to kill you. Yeah, the devil in the sky. Yeah, that is funny.
Did you stay for the little teaser part where they are coming up to Will Forte's character? And they're like,
oh, yeah. And the doctor's just going over. He's like, yeah. Oh, and we weren't able to sew it back on. All right, later.
Yeah, and we were not able to reattach your penis. Sorry. Talk to you later. And like walks away.
Yeah, it was like he was just going over his chart and blah, 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 blah. And then the worst thing was last. And he's like, all right, bye. Okay, so, Mike, do you have any criticisms on this film? Oh, I'm making him think. I'm sorry, folks. I apologize. No. I mean, I guess besides the eagle thing, which is just ridiculous, I mean, I really liked most of the movie, man. I thought it was pretty fun. I thought it was smart writing, like pretty smart writing for the characters of all the dogs, you know? I felt like it was intelligent, and even though a lot of times it was raunchy or vulgar, it was like smart. So I would say one complaint that I have, it's probably the biggest complaint I have, is that I wish there was a little bit more human-animal interaction. I mean, there's a decent amount, but not like a whole lot. Like, you get a little bit of heart towards the end when they start telling their backstories, especially Bug and everything. But I wanted a little bit more of that human-dog interaction throughout. Not so much the... You know, like the dog catcher scene was funny and, you know, the different scenes, but they're like characters that like come into the story, have their little bit, and then they're gone. There's not like any like heartfelt like interaction with people until towards the end. And I wish there was a little bit more of that just to make it a little more heartfelt, but it has quite a bit in it, like I said, at the end, but not at the beginning. You got Will Forte's character, you got the dog catcher, you got the policewoman that is the, I guess, owner or handler of the two police dogs. And then you got the Girl Scout, and that's about it. Yeah. The Girl Scout was kind of interesting. Oh, you're the person who's missing. I was like, I'd kind of forgotten about
just
that.
Just out of nowhere. Yeah. So I just wish there was a little bit more, how Will Forte's character pops up throughout the film. I wish there was a little bit more of that, maybe on someone else's owners. Like, Hunter, the hound dog, like his whole thing is that he's like a therapy dog at like a retirement home. Like maybe have an older lady or gentleman or something that like, I don't know, something that goes along with it that's at the beginning and proceeds through a little bit. I don't know. That's maybe not, maybe it would have added too much. I don't know. That's kind of my thoughts. I wanted a little more heart with the human beings and the dog's interaction.
Okay. All right, dude. All right. Yeah, but Bug's story was like, oh man, like it was pretty rough.
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah, that was painful. The reason why he got taken to be euthanized, which why would you ever do that to a dog that made a mistake? But whatever.
Dude, it happens a lot, man. I read a book on how to not let it happen with the babies.
Well, it wasn't a baby. I mean, she was a elementary school age kid, but just say it. I mean, Bug bit his owner, who was a dog, because she stepped on him when he was asleep.
Yeah,
which is very common, and so that's how he ended up on the street.
Yeah. No, I read a book. It's called like "Don't Bite the Baby and Don't Kill the Dog." I think that's the name of it.
Yeah. Well, and then there's Hunter, who's the therapy dog, which who knows who his owner is. So we don't really have a connection to him. And then the girl dog, whose name I'm completely forgetting. Maggie. I see you remember that one. Maggie, she has an owner. You see her for about 2 seconds because she's got some little Pomeranian frickin' thing in a sweater. And so there's no real human connection there. So those two really aren't strays. The only strays are really, Bug and Reggie. Yeah,
dumbass shitbag.
So I don't know, Mike. Which one was your favorite dog out of the four?
I don't know, man. I think I liked Bug. I think I liked Bug. He was pretty cool.
I was a big fan of Hunter and a big fan of Reggie. I think those two were my favorites, just because Will Ferrell plays this just innocent, like,
oh yeah, dude, so
naive, lost like dog, and it was just so perfect. Like when they're humping the garden gnome.
Oh yeah, he's like, and now he's my son.
Yeah, he's just like, call him your daddy. Call him your daddy. He's like, well, I am your father. This is strange, but I am your father. And then later on, he's talking about, well, I met my son. He's a garden gnome. He was really nice. It was just ridiculous. Just absolutely ridiculous.
It was, dude. It was awesome.
Okay, Mike, before we get into our ratings, what movie did you pick for us to chat about next week in the theaters?
Oh, dude, we're going to talk about Gran Turismo, one of the first PlayStation games I played. Wasn't that a launch game?
I don't know if it was original. I know I played the hell out of it on PlayStation 2.
Yeah, I think. Anyway, Gran Turismo, the movie, and apparently they really did this, so I didn't even know they did this. They picked out somebody who's good at playing the game and threw him in a race car and said, good luck. Kind of. Yeah, I don't know much about the story, so you're going to have to do some reading beforehand, Mike. That's your homework, because I'm not going to. Okay, I'll do that.
But, yeah, it says, I'm just trying to find on the Wikipedia's without typing if it came out for the first PlayStation or the second. I know it was definitely on PlayStation 2.
I think it was a launch game. Maybe it was just PlayStation 2, but like I remember it was super fancy and it had all kinds of discs, and like this is back when we only had one disc for most stuff.
Well, it was also back before high definition and all that, and it was, however many megabytes you could put on it, 1997 is the original. So that would have been the original PlayStation. So you're right.
Woo!
Mike, you win. How does it feel to be a winner?
Dude, it was Gran Turismo, and I think it was Resident Evil was also launch. And those two games were just so awesome that PlayStation just killed it.
I just know that I went the Nintendo route and got burned.
Hey, it's okay. It happens.
Until GoldenEye came out. And then everybody wanted to come over to my house.
Yeah. Well, GoldenEye was awesome.
Right. And it took until that came out for everybody to want to hang out with me in my Nintendo 64. And ever since then, I kind of held a grudge against Nintendo. Because I was a Nintendo fanboy until then. I never got a GameCube. Never.
All right.
But I do have a Switch now. I don't get to play it, but I have one.
Okay. All right.
Okay. Well, I'll stop talking about Nintendo. Mike, don't worry. You'll get a Switch. You're going to have to get your kids ones because you're going to have to get something to entertain them. So they'll leave you alone for 5 minutes so you can go to the bathroom.
Yeah, definitely. They're going to have all kinds of games. They're going to have every system there is. I don't even know if they'll make systems. I don't even know what's going to happen with the future.
Well, dude, they tried with that Google method.
Yeah, the Stadia.
Yeah, where they had all the games basically hosted and you bought kind of like a access and a controller. And people, if everybody has gigabit internet, then maybe it'll work. But people just were complaining about how bad even the single player games ran because, if you didn't have at least like 500 or 600 megs down, it just looked like crap.
Yeah, it's real hard to stream a game even if you had like all the graphic assets like downloaded, like cached. I don't know. Interesting concept, but I don't know what they're going to do, man. Maybe they're just going to have Steam accounts or something.
Maybe. I don't know. I wish I could do more gaming. I really do. Because I have, all these free games from the Epic Game Store and Steam. I have an Xbox. I have a Switch. I have a PlayStation 4. I don't have a 5. I think if they ever come out with a PlayStation 5 Slim, I'll probably jump on it. Just because this current cycle, again, thank God we're towards the end of the podcast. We don't really need to talk about video games. We probably should do it next week. But PlayStation, this current gen cycle, I guess Xbox is just getting slaughtered by the PlayStation 5. I don't know. I don't really keep up with that world like I used to. But people are just buying the shit out of the PlayStation 5 and they are not buying the Xbox. Like they're discontinuing Xbox games with gold. Like that's gone. Where PlayStation has like doubled down. Wow. They're giving away better and better free games every month. It's pretty wild. But anyways, Mike, okay, back on the topic of Strays because I shouldn't be talking about video games because that's next week. And I'm not really in that world much anymore. I know you aren't.
All right. Yeah. Back to Strays, dude.
I wish we could play video games together, Mike, again. God, it's been, like 3 years since we played online together?
It's been a while, dude. It's been a while. Like 2.5.
Oh, at least. I don't even know what you have. You still have you have a 360, right? Do you have an Xbox One X? No, Xbox One. You have an Xbox One.
I have an Xbox One.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we could still play on that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, anyways, okay. Mike, Strays, how many reels? Ready, set, go.
All right, dude. 4 reels for me. I really enjoyed it. Had a great time with this movie. Great runtime, funny content. It was actually better than I thought it would be. So I was very happy.
Yeah, dude, I really enjoyed Strays as well. I give it 4 out of 5 reels. Likewise, just because I enjoyed myself, and I'm always down for a good raunchy comedy, even if it's just dogs. I still loved it. Not a whole lot of complaints, and it's still just sitting there watching this film unfold, and I'm just in awe. I'm like, how the fuck did they get like the scene where they go to bed? Like one by one, each dog goes over there, spins around, and then goes to sleep, while the other ones don't get up and move or nothing. It's just, I have no fucking clue, man.
Yeah, dude, the spin around thing is awesome too. If you have dogs.
Oh yeah, that's what they do. They sometimes, and I've never seen one that does clockwise and counterclockwise. It's always only one way.
Yeah, man. I don't know. It's just something they do.
So, anyways, all right. Well, there you have it, folks. Real Film Nerds episode number 337. Strays.
Yeah, 337.
Go check it out. It's fun. My theater was practically empty. I don't think it was so much everybody's not going to the theaters for this one, or Blue Beetle. I think it was just here we had an impending hurricane, I guess, and people were just like, no, I'm not going to go out in the rain and the...
Yeah, my theater wasn't that packed, but I think summer's starting to wind down, so like there's just not, as many people out.
So go see this in the theaters. Why not? It's fun. It's hilarious.
All right. So make sure to join us next week to go over the Gran Turismo movie, and follow us on the socials: Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and Threads. Thanks for listening, everybody. Catch you on the next pod.
Thank you for listening to The Real Film Nerds. Now, don't forget to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Real Film Nerds. Now, go out and catch a movie.
Welcome, everyone, to Ma Hinshaw Loses Her Cookies, episode 26. The movie Strays. Hello, Matt. How are you doing?
You know me, Ma, living the dream. Best life,
I know.
best everything. No complaints here.
Wonderful. This
Mom, stop being so fake. Just being normal.
This movie was a real hoot. It was I thought it had a lot of really funny things, especially if you love dogs and or have had idiot dogs that do all the stuff that these dogs do. It was fun, but those dogs had potty mouths, and if you're not good with potty mouths, then I don't think I'd go watch it. But I loved the dogs. They were just awesome. And my favorite part was, I don't know, maybe when they were in the pound. And then there was also another one there. The dog named Hunter he was a police dog that flunked out. And I thought it was very funny when he ran into a police dog that had made it, but he didn't. I loved the, I don't know what if he's a British bulldog or something. His name's Bud, and Jamie Foxx did just a great job in that. And
Mom, he is a Boston Terrier.
Boston Terrier. Oh, whoops. Well, anyhow, he did a great job as the Boston Terrier, who was a real street dog and taught everybody the rules of how to do the street. And it was funny and fun and pretty gross in spots, but if you're good with gross, after all, it's R-rated movie. What the heck? I would go and I would watch it. And the end is just it's funny. And I will not say any of it because it would give everything away. So anyway, that's my opinion of this movie.
That's a lot to unpack. Why do you say that the dogs I had growing up were idiots? That's just rude.
Some of them were pretty idiotic.
Well, Mom, we had one dog until I was basically in college, and that dog would never die, and it peed everywhere because you guys would not let it die.
Well, okay, but also we had Camille, who loves to steal underwear.
Well, I was way too young with Camille.
Well, too bad you didn't remember it when you were 2, 3, or whatever.
Yeah,
but
what? Yeah. Jesus. How am I supposed to remember anything when I'm 2 or 3 years old?
I also had a dog who stole socks, which used to piss Dad off. And let's see, what else? Well, I don't even want to bring up what other problems we had with dogs. But this movie covers every single one of them, including the dog that chases a ball, loves to chase balls. But, well, the owner doesn't really want the dog, so he keeps throwing the ball farther and farther and farther, and that's so funny.
Well, he doesn't throw it farther and farther. He takes the dog to different places.
Yeah, he does.
And he keeps finding his way home.
Yep. And he's so precious because Will Ferrell sounds so cute as that kind of ditzy dog who's, just doesn't expect anything bad of his owner. Oh, my owner loves me. Very cute, very fun movie.
I don't know if
But
I would
then,
describe Reggie as ditzy. He is a dog that is just extremely naive. I wouldn't say ditzy. He doesn't think there's anything wrong in the world, and he finds out otherwise.
well, that's a better term. You're right. But he really was very gullible, sweet dog. But he learned. And I loved Hunter, the flunk out police dog. Hunter was just awesome.
Well, your
And
favorite scene was the pound scene. Is that because Hunter and his giant lipstick?
no, actually not. It was how they got all those dogs to line up at one time is beyond me. I couldn't get two dogs to line up at one time. And here they had all these dogs lined up in the pen. That was amazing. You gotta go see that movie, folks, okay?
They had to go see that movie, folks?
Yeah.
Why?
Go see it.
So your favorite part was the pound and all of them going poop. It wasn't the lipstick.
Yeah.
Does that count as nudity?
Well, I guess it does. Doggy nudity.
Yeah, but dogs are always nude, so.
Well, yeah, that's true. But anyway, that was a very funny part of the movie. I will say that. Okay. So anyway, I like the movie. I mean, I wouldn't say it was a record breaker, but I say if you want to have fun and you can handle bad language and some raunchy subjects, go for it. Right?
What did you think about Will Forte getting his wiener bit off?
I didn't want to say that because that's gee whiz.
Well, he got his wiener bit off, Mom.
I know. I thought he deserved it. Pardon me.
Oh, Jesus.
I did. He was brutal. He was mean to that poor dog. And yes, he deserved it. So there. But I wasn't going to say anything because I didn't want people to know that that's how it ends. Even though that's a point of why they try and get Reggie back.
Well, it's the basis of the entire film. Reggie really wants revenge, and revenge is a dish best served cold with a wiener being bitten off. I don't know.
I know, bad picture, but yeah, he deserved it. Yes.
Okay, Ma. So next week we're going to talk about Gran Turismo. Do you even know what a Gran Turismo is?
I thought it was a racing car.
So Gran Turismo is a racing car video game for the PlayStation.
Oh, the PlayStation, really?
Yes, it goes back to 1997. So you remember, and I talked about this in my podcast, not yours, but do you remember when I was a kid and I got a Nintendo 64 instead of a PlayStation, and all my friends got the PlayStation?
Yeah.
This is one of the games.
Oh.
From the
well,
PlayStation.
Sorry about that.
Well, I wanted the Nintendo 64. I was a Nintendo fanboy. And as I talked in, Real Film Nerds podcast that came on before this, I was a Nintendo fanboy, and I was very mad at Nintendo after that until GoldenEye came out. And then I still was pretty mad. I never got a GameCube because I got so screwed on the Nintendo 64, and then everybody got the GameCube because it was so great. I still think about buying one now, but because there was a lot of Star Wars games that came out on the GameCube that I never got.
Really?
And then I bought the Wii. I had a Wii. Everybody had a damn Wii. And then I have a Nintendo Switch right now, which I think is probably one of the greatest consoles Nintendo's ever made, but I don't have time to play it. That's, again, I'm going back to my podcast from earlier, but I have all these consoles, and I have more video games in their plastic still than not, because I have so little time. And I don't even have a wife or kids. It's horrible.
Oh, that's sad. But yeah, I'm looking forward to this movie because I'm trying to think if it was Grand Theft Auto or what that I used to watch everybody play. And I don't know if this one is at all like that, but I'm looking forward to seeing.
No, Gran Turismo is a racing game. Grand Theft Auto is a game for murdering people.
Well, yeah, that's true. Oh, so that Gran Turismo is just basically racing.
Yeah, it's a racing simulator. And that's the point of the movie, is that they took a bunch of kids that were playing all these video games and put them in race cars to see if they could actually drive the cars in real life.
Well, that ought to be interesting.
And they really did it in real life. This is based on a true story. Yes.
Oh my gosh. Yes, I will be looking forward to seeing that movie then. I wasn't going to be too excited, but I think that'll be really interesting.
But, Ma, do you think I need to wait another 40 years and when I'm your age, then I can play all these video games that I missed out on?
Absolutely. Well, yeah, you might even be younger than my age, I hope.
I don't know. I'm just so disappointed. I mean, I don't have time for anything. I just feel like my life is being sucked away day by day, hour by hour.
I know.
Minute by
I
minute.
understand. I agree with that. And all these fun games and stuff, and nobody has time to do any of them. It just sucks.
Well, Mom, I know people that have lots of time off that only work 2 or 3 days a week. I work 7.
Well, yeah, but not in your field. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I work 7. I have to work when the work is here. And right now, there's some work, but I mean, it's not going to be here much longer. You know, 7.5 interest rates are not good.
No. So you need to work. And then maybe you'll have all the time in the world to play the games. Well,
I'm kind of afraid of that because what if I have all the time in the world for 6 months?
Then you'll be bored and you won't want to play.
Then I'll be in trouble because I will be not in a home anymore.
You won't be eating. That's true.
And I'm a fat kid. I got to eat, Ma.
Oh, I know.
I learned that from you. I learned it from watching you.
You learned it from my fabulous cooking. Let's face it.
Whatever you want to blame it on, Mom. I'm a tubby bitch. Thanks.
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
Anyway.
Oh, Lord. Okay, fine. We'll get back on strays. Ma, how many dog biscuits do you give strays?
3.5.
3.5?
Yeah.
Really?
What's wrong with that?
That's it?
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, Lord.
But it was fun. And I mean, I know it was fun, but I was kind of like, in the middle. So
but I gave it 4. Ma, I gave it 4.
Well, I don't want to do what you did.
Mike Talent gave it 4, and you gave it 3.5.
Hey, it's only half a point lower.
Yeah, but is it because of the F words?
Yes.
Oh, hell.
Too many F words. Wash their mouth with soap or charge them $25. One or the other. Those dogs need their mouth washed out with soap.
You say the F word too much, too.
I do not.
Yes, you do.
Okay. Well, anyway, that's my view. 3.5, and that's fine if you guys gave it a 4. And it is. It's very funny lines, fun. Anybody who's owned dogs will relate to most all of it. So anyway, okay.
Yes, ma'am.
All righty.
So, all right, are you done, or do you want to keep talking?
I'm finished.
Are you sure?
No, I am finished. I am real finished. Okay.
You're real finished? What's real finished?
Done. Finished. Whatever.
You're tired of the shenanigans?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, I guess thank you everyone for listening to Ma Hinshaw Loses Her Cookies. Tune in next week when we talk about a video game movie that I'm sure my mom will be lost. I don't know. We'll see. We'll find out. Okay. So thanks again, everyone. Go out, watch as movies as you can. Spend some money in the theaters. We want to keep those suckers open. buy a popcorn, buy a soda. I don't, the movie ticket goes to the studios, but the popcorns and the drinks go to the movie house. So we got to keep them open so that we can keep enjoying this wonderful pastime of going to the movies. So thanks again, everyone, for listening. Follow us on the internets, on the social medias. I don't know what to say. Yeah. Bye.
Bye.